What's good, sports fans? Are you ready to elevate your live entertainment experience? Well, let me introduce you to SeatGeek, an amazing platform that connects you to your favorite events while saving you money. With SeatGeek, you can easily find tickets for sports games, concerts, and so much more, all in one place. The interface is user-friendly, making it simple to browse and compare prices. And one of the best features is the interactive seating chart. You can see exactly where you'll be sitting and how much you'll be spending, ensuring you get the best value for your money. But here's the best part. Check this out. By using my promo code, ChalkItUpSports, you can enjoy a one-time $20 discount on your first SeatGeek order. That's right, $20 off your first SeatGeek order. Imagine catching that thrilling game or concert without breaking the bank. It's a win-win situation. Plus, you'll be a part of a community of fans who eat, sleep, and breathe live events just as much as you do. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description to download the SeatGeek app today. And don't forget to use my promo code ChalkItUpSports for a one-time $20 discount on your first SeatGeek order. Get excited. Now let's get back to the show. Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? This is your boy Tone DeShields II. You guys are tuned in on a very special dose, a post-game edition of Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Appreciate the love, appreciate the support. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you guys are engaged in the content. You know, it goes without saying, right? It goes without saying. And sorry if we're having a little bit of internet connectivity issues. Hopefully you guys stay locked in throughout the whole process. But it goes without saying that the Philadelphia Eagles fans are the best in the world. The best in the world. It doesn't matter how cold it is. It doesn't matter what the weather is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what sort of, how do you say, game it's for, right? And again, you guys, give me a moment. The internet is a little choppy right now. But it doesn't matter if we're playing for something or playing for nothing. It doesn't matter. The Eagles are going to go out there and take care of business. So, man, oh, man. Great game. Tanner McKee goes out there and leads the Eagles to a win. Eagles were able to take care of business against the New York Giants, winning. Let me make sure I got this right here. Make sure I got this right. They won 20-13. 20-13, right? So, listen, we're not going to spend too much time talking about the stats of this game. That's not really why you guys are here, I'm sure. We're not going to spend too much time talking about stats. That's not what we're going to do. We're going to spend most of our time talking about the potential playoff matchup. Well, I can't even say potential anymore. We know what it is. Eagles, Green Bay. First round, baby. Eagles, Green Bay, baby. Eagles in Green Bay, first round, baby. So I'm talking about. And listen, from what I'm hearing, I'm not hearing good things. I'm not hearing good things right now about what happened in Green Bay. First and foremost, the Green Bay Packers were unable to win their game against the Bears. The Green Bay Packers lost to the Bears on a game-winning field goal, 24-22. And the Washington Commanders managed to hold on and beat the Dallas Cowboys 23-19. So we knew the circumstances, right? We knew that if we were to play Green Bay, if things were to hold up in that way, or we knew that if Green Bay won and Washington lost, we would be playing Washington. If Washington won and Green Bay lost, which is what happened, we'll be playing Green Bay. Or if Washington lost and Green Bay lost, we'll be playing Green Bay. Or if Green Bay won and Washington won, we'll be playing Green Bay. So the odds were in favor of us playing Green Bay. And lo and behold, that's the case. That's the situation. Those are the circumstances. I got to be honest with you guys. I like this matchup. I like this matchup a lot. Granted, I didn't care who we played, but I like this matchup. I like it a lot. And I believe that this is going to be a bad game for the Packers. Bad game. It's going to be a bad game for them. I'm telling you that right now. They're missing, or they're going to be without Jair Alexander. Christian Watson was carted off today, and I hate seeing guys get hurt. Let me make that very clear. I hate seeing guys get hurt. It's not something you hope for, but it's something that happened today. Not only did Christian Watson get carted off, but Jordan Love also got hurt as well. So we're going to put this in perspective here. Jordan Love was unable to finish the game with the injury to his throwing elbow. And Christian Watson was carted off. So let's read this here. It says, Green Bay Packers lost their game and a pair of key players to injury in Sunday's season finale against the Chicago Bears. Chicago rallied in the game's final minute at Lambeau Field with a walk-off field goal for a 24-22 win to snap a 10-game losing streak in its final game of the season. The Packers finished the game without quarterback Jordan Love and wide receiver Christian Watson, both of whom were injured in the first half. So it says Love suffered an elbow injury in the first half and was replaced by backup Malik Willis. Love remained on the sideline for Green Bay's next possession, and the Packers listed him as questionable to return. Malik Willis remained in the game as the Packers rallied from a 14-3 deficit and it fell short. Christian Watson left with a non-contact knee injury in the first half. He was carted off the field and rolled out the game at halftime. The Packers entered Sunday having already clinched a playoff berth, but they played their starters as they faced a chance to improve their seeding before Washington's win ensured that they would not move up to the number 6 seed. It says Love suffered his injury on a 1st and 10 play as the Packers trailed 14-3 in the second quarter. He faced pressure in the pocket and dumped the ball off to running back Josh Jacobs as he got hit. Love stood up after the hit, shaking and flexing his right hand. He pointed to his hand, and trainers took to the field to inspect the injury. Love then left the field and was replaced by Willis for Green Bay's next play. Trainers continued to evaluate Love on the sideline before the Packers announced that he had sustained an elbow injury. Love did not return to the field as Willis continued to lead Green Bay's offense. The extent of Love's injury and his prognosis wasn't initially unclear. He did warm up and throw the ball multiple times on the sideline in the second half, but never re-entered the game. And then Christian Watson fell to the turf untouched while running a route and immediately grabbed his right knee in pain. Wow.
As well, so this is really unfortunate.
Can't watch that. I do not want to watch that. Let's take that off. So here's the situation as I laid out. Jordan Love is going to be nursing an elbow injury going into that playoff game. Christian Watson was carted off today with a non-contact knee injury. The odds are he tore something. I don't wish that on him, but a non-contact knee injury after he did a cut, that doesn't look good at all, if you ask me. So you're going to be without arguably your most talented wide receiver. You're going to be without your most versatile, your most dynamic wide receiver, your big body receiver, who also is a deep threat. So your quarterback is going to struggle throwing the ball downfield with the elbow injury. And now you're without one of your best deep threats and one of your best possession receivers. Basically, Jordan Love's go-to guy. Not a good look for Green Bay, man. Not a good look for Green Bay at all. At all. And you're going to be without Jair Alexander, who's on IR, who's done for the season. So you're arguably without 3 of your best players. Now, you do have Josh Jacobs. And we also don't know the extent of Jordan Love's injury. Will he play on Sunday? Will he not play on Sunday? That's the question for them. Because if Jordan Love's not playing, this game is over. This game is over before it started. That's a fact. And you lose Jair Alexander, and your defense already is suspect. And you've been inconsistent. Even against the bad teams, the Green Bay Packers have been inconsistent. They have yet to beat a contender in their conference. They lost to Detroit twice. They lost to the Vikings twice. And they lost to the Eagles in Brazil opening weekend. So again, I say, a lot of cards are stacked up against the Green Bay Packers right now. A lot of cards are not in their favor. The Eagles are getting healthier, and they decided to rest their guys. And here's the thing, right? Green Bay had already locked up a playoff spot. Washington had already locked up a playoff spot, right? You know what Washington did? Washington said, you know what? Regardless of the outcome, we're in the playoffs. Let's not go into the playoffs with the injured quarterback. They benched Jaden Daniels to preserve him for the playoffs. But Green Bay, they desperately did not want to come to Philly. That's the only reason you play your starters in this game. That's the only reason you're so desperate to change your seating. Because you feel like your team doesn't match up well with the team you could face if you remain the number 7 seed. Washington say, you know what? Fuck it. It's going to be what it's going to be. And they still ended up winning the game. Green Bay, on the other hand, they took a gamble, and now your quarterback is hurt, and you lost your number 1 wide receiver, and your number 1 corner is down. But he was already down before the game's over, or before the game started. So then you look at the Eagles, and you say, damn, are the Eagles that crazy for resting their starters? Are the Eagles that crazy for doing so? Zay Flowers got hurt on Saturday, knee injury. He likely won't play in the opening round of the playoffs. Are the Eagles that crazy for resting their starters? I'm asking y'all now. Make sure you guys smash that like button. And again, I apologize if we are dealing with some a connectivity issue, if we're dealing with fuzzy internet. Sorry about that, you guys. I really hope it clears up. But again, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? This is why you'd rather be safe than sorry. This is why you don't risk your players for a record. Because crazy things can happen in these games. Did y'all see some of those hits Kenny Gainwell and Will Shipley were taking? Did y'all see some of those hits? The Giants were fighting today. Say what you want about how they played. Say what you want about their team. They were fighting today. They fought. They got some boneheads on defense, but they fought. You can't play around with fate. You can't play around with fate, man. You can't play around with fate, and you still got to win. You can't play with fate. You can't play around with fate at all. So, I hope Christian Watson's injury isn't as bad as I think it is. I hope Jordan Love is okay as well. I do not wish injury on players. But guess what? You live with your decisions. You live and die by your decisions. And quite frankly, I'm looking at Nick Sirianni like a genius right now. In that cold weather, it was cold. See, this is another thing y'all got to keep in mind too. That cold weather, guys is hitting. Yeah, it's easy to get banged up in that kind of game. It's easy to get banged up in a game like that. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. We have over 150 people in the live stream. I appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you guys smash that like button. It's the lifeblood of the content. The content can't move. The show doesn't grow. The show doesn't grow without you guys being locked in. So I really do appreciate you guys for smashing that like button and being subscribed to the channel. You guys are tuned in to Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. I'm your humble host, Tone DeShields II. So, again, we're going to talk about the game a little bit, but I wanted to get into that playoff conversation. I really want to stay into that stay in the playoff conversation. Let me bring up the bracket if I can. Let me bring it up. Let's see what we got. All right. Give me 1 second, y'all. Gotta pull it up. All right, here we go. All right, let's bring this up on screen. Let's zoom in. Make sure you guys smash that like button. All right, here we go. This is what it's looking like in the NFC. In the NFC. And let me double check to make sure the Falcons lost. So Tampa Bay wins, Falcons lose. Tampa Bay's in the playoffs. So Detroit and Minnesota has yet to be decided. They're going to play tonight, I believe. They're going to play tonight. That's going to be a hell of a game. Let's get this off the screen. But Eagles, Green Bay in Wildcard weekend. Rams in Washington. That's going to be a good game. And either Detroit or Minnesota will have to go to Tampa Bay. So Washington has to go on the road. Green Bay has to go on the road. And either Minnesota or Detroit has to go on the road. I got to be honest with you. Regardless of who wins between Washington or the Rams, it's going to be a good matchup for the Eagles, if you ask me. It doesn't matter who wins that game. Because whoever wins between Tampa Bay and their opponent, they're going to face off with the number 1 seed. Because I don't think Green Bay beats us at all. Let me get to some of your comments here. Dominique with the super chat. She says, Tone, we're about to roll the Packers. Thank you for the super chat, Dominique. I agree with you 100%. Warv says, Bucks get the 3 seed if the Rams lose. Rams are resting starters. Ooh, are they now? Well, they wouldn't be resting the starters if they didn't believe they were locked into their spot. No, I don't know. I think the Rams are locked into their spot regardless. Okay, let's see here. Thank you for the super chat, Wharf. Private McClunky. Thank you for the super chat, Private. He says, Sirianni's seen most of the team got some. Let's see here. I don't think that's what he was thinking, Private, but I appreciate the super chat. I appreciate the super chat. Knight Rider says, dog, I like my chances with Green Bay. Me too. I like my chances with Green Bay as well. Davon Tyree says, I thought the Rams won the division. They did. They did win the division. Maybe the Rams look at it like I said it. Hey, we don't care where we're seated at. We like our chances regardless. We're in the playoffs. Because the Rams probably looked at it from this perspective. Okay, if we got to play Washington, we're cool with that. If we got to play either Minnesota or Detroit, we're cool with that. I don't know how I feel about that, but hey, doesn't make much of a difference to me. Keith Watkins says this could have not been planned any better. Our players are healthy, and we get Green Bay who got their quarterback injured. Couldn't agree with you more, man. This is why you don't tempt fate. This is why you don't tempt fate. This is why you don't tempt fate, man. Kataya's mom said, you guys are weirdos. Saquon may have gotten the record, then been able to play in the playoffs. Now what? Yeah, I'm not paying attention to people like that, man. What's done is done. We're in the playoffs. We're locked into the number 2 seed. We're golden. I like the matchup. Let it go. Let it go. He's not getting the record. Get over it. We're in the playoffs with a chance to win the Super Bowl. Get over it. Wake up and smell the pheromones. Wake up and smell the coffee. Wake up and smell the coffee. All right, so again, Eagles will face the Green Bay Packers in the first round. I like that matchup a lot, even though if it was Washington, I would have liked the matchup too. Washington is looking like at this present moment, if everything holds true, Washington will face the Rams on the road. And Detroit and Minnesota, that game tonight will decide who gets the number 1 seed. That game will decide that. All right, let's take that off screen. Make sure you guys smash that like button. You guys are tuned in to Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. All right, let's talk about this game a little bit. We're about 23 minutes into the show. Make sure you guys stay engaged, get comfortable. I appreciate you guys for being here. So let's take a look at this game, right? See what we're looking like. So the Eagles were able to beat the New York Giants 20-13. Tanner McKee looked pretty good. Tanner McKee came out and looked pretty good. You know, he had a pretty cold second and third quarter. He wasn't perfect, but Tanner McKee came out and I think he did pretty well, if you ask me. Opening drive, 4 plays and a touchdown pass to Anaya Smith. I feel like that was dope. That was cool to see. But here we go. So Tanner McKee finished the game 27 for 41, 269 passing yards, averaged 6.6 yards an attempt, 2 passing touchdowns, and was sacked twice. A 100.6 passer rating. Will Shipley and Kenny Gainwell weren't really able to get off. Both of those guys averaged under 3 yards a carry. Will Shipley with 10 carries, 32 yards. Kenny Gainwell, 11 carries, 14 yards. Granted, your starting offensive line wasn't out there, so you take that with a grain of salt. And also, we did a lot more passing in this game than we did running. I feel like that was purposeful. Jahan Dotson had an amazing game. 7 catches, 94 yards. By far his best game of the year. Averaged 13 yards a catch. Longest catch of the day, 19 yards. He had 11 targets. Dallas Goedert had a strong start to the day, and then they sat him down. Dallas Goedert, 6 targets, 4 catches, 55 yards. He had an ugly drop earlier. He averaged 13.8 yards of reception. Longest catch of the day, 17 yards. Anaya Smith, 6 targets, 4 catches on the day, 35 receiving yards, averaged 8.8 yards in the reception, 1 touchdown catch. I hope he kept that football. Let's see here. Longest catch of the day, 15 yards, and that was his touchdown. Will Shipley, 4 targets, 4 catches, 35 yards, averaged 8.8 yards of reception. Longest catch of the day, 13 yards. So Will Shipley basically ended the day with 67 total yards from scrimmage, 14 touches. Not bad. Not bad for Will Shipley. Johnny Wilson, 5 targets, 3 catches, 24 yards. Grant Calcaterra, 4 targets, 2 catches, 10 yards. And E.J. Jenkins had 1 target, 1 catch for a 7-yard touchdown. So your reserve guys, Anaya Smith and E.J. Jenkins, were able to come away with the touchdown. Good to see. And then on top of that, Sidney Brown was able to close out the game with an interception. So you saw some guys show some promise. You saw Sidney Brown make a play. Keely Ringo had a great play on special teams. And Sidney Brown and Isaiah Rodgers had a pretty good pass breakup in the end zone. I want to give a lot of credit to Jordan Davis, Oren Burks. Oren Burks had 17 tackles total, 8 solo, 2 tackles for loss. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. had 11 total tackles, 2 solo. Has to do a better job at wrapping up. He had the Giants running back. I forget who it was. Maybe it was Tyrone Tracy or Singletary, but he had the running back dead to rights in the backfield on 4th down. He let him break the tackle and get the first down. So Jeremiah Trotter Jr., he had some good plays, had some bad ones. Jordan Davis had a phenomenal game. 5 total tackles, 3 solo, a tackle for loss. Believe it or not, I actually like the fact that they played Jordan Davis. I like that. Keep his motor running hot. We don't need Jordan Davis getting off the hamster wheel. Keep him sharp, keep him focused. No weeks off. And also, Jordan Davis he does a lot for that defensive line in run defense. And we also knew this, right? We knew that all the starters weren't going to be benched. Some of those guys was going to have to play. But overall, kudos to Oren Burks. Kudos to Jordan Davis. Kudos to Isaiah Rodgers. Milton Williams got burnt by Malik Neighbors. And yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. It was an interesting game. Let's bring up the team stats here. The Eagles were 3 for 14 on 3rd down, not good at all. The Giants were 4 for 14. Eagles ran 68 total plays to the Giants 54. Eagles had 303 total yards to the Giants 238 total yards. Eagles averaged 4.5 yards per play. 252 passing yards to the Giants 138 passing yards. Eagles were not able to run the ball that well today at all. Only had 51 rushing yards, their lowest total of the year. Giants had 100 rushing yards, averaging 4 yards a carry. That Giants running game was working for them. Better than their passing game, if you ask me. The Eagles were pretty disciplined throughout the day. Only had 1 penalty, but didn't lose any yards. And the Giants, on the other hand, 6 penalties, giving up 40 yards. And the Giants had the lone turnover of the day. Sidney Brown forced the interception. Time of possession was pretty equal. Giants, 30 minutes and 12 seconds. Eagles, 29 minutes and 48 seconds. Pretty equal as far as time of possession. But regardless, though, I think this was I felt like it was good for Jahan Dotson to have the game he had today. That's going to boost his confidence going into the playoffs. It was really huge for Jordan Davis to have the game he had today as well. I also want to say Sidney Brown, good for him. Good for Tanner McKee to have this game under his belt. He's 1-0 as a starter. So far, in Tanner McKee's young career, he's thrown 4 touchdowns. No turnovers. So that's a good thing to know, you guys. But again, just going back to the playoffs for a moment, this is a favorable matchup for the Eagles right now. They don't have a single defender that can guard Devontae Smith or A.J. Brown. Xavier McKinney is a ball hawk for sure, but how is he in man coverage? Can he be sticky in coverage? I know he's a ball hawk. He forces turnovers for sure. But he can't be in two places at once. So it's going to be a tough game for the Green Bay Packers when they come to Philly. Right? And I'm looking at Christian Watson, man. I feel bad. He knows it's a wrap. He knows it. He was on the cart and all he could do was bury his face in his hands. I feel bad, man. I feel bad for Christian Watson. Let me get to some of your comments here and some of your super chats. AJ Jones with the super chat. Thank you, AJ. He says, keep it 100. Who would you rather play in the Super Bowl? I'm going to be honest with you, AJ. I don't care who we play. I'm keeping it 100 with you, bro. I don't care who we play. I trust my team against anybody. Against anybody, bro. We're undefeated this season against the AFC. We've beaten the Bengals and Joe Burrow. We've beaten Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. I've seen Jalen Hurts beat Josh Allen and the Bills. I've seen Jalen Hurts beat Mahomes and the Chiefs. Granted, he lost in the Super Bowl against Mahomes and the Chiefs, but I've seen him beat them still. So I've seen Jalen Hurts beat the Steelers. There's no team in the AFC that makes me nervous. There's no team in the AFC that scares me at all. Not a single one. I'm being honest about that. It don't matter to me. Don't matter to me at all. AJ Jones says, I fuck with that response. Tone, appreciate it. For sure, my guy. I appreciate you for donating to the channel. I appreciate you. So, it really, like I said, like it don't matter to me, bro. It don't matter to me. Hey, y'all saying Wentz looking bad. How Wentz looking? He ain't looking good? Oh, man. Let me put on my, oh, man. Wentz ain't looking good. Man, oh, man. Is he really looking that bad, y'all? Talk to me. Is Wentz looking that bad? Neil Watson said traumatic brain injury will do that. Y'all crazy, man. He said Wentz looks horrible. Sir Jam says, we on there, Tone. I'm with you, Tone. No team concerns me. Only Tampa is Jalen Hurts kryptonite. JDM Life says, yeah, he throwing dirt balls, Tone. Damn. Kataya's mom said Wentz still in the bad headspace. Damn. Valerie Saunders says, on to the Packers. You right about that, sis. You right about that. You right about that. All right. Let's meet this website. Neil Watson says, sorry about Watson. It's always non-contact stuff that's the worst. Bro, it is, man. When I saw him go down, I was like, damn, bruh. Damn, not a good look. Not a good look at all. Not a good look at all, man. Feel bad for him. The Broncos are up 14-0 already? Man, the Broncos ain't playing, yo. They ain't playing with these boys. The Broncos not playing with these boys, man. They ain't playing with these boys. I'm watching this thing right now. I'm watching Red Zone. Miami Dolphins 3-0 on the Jets. Tua just threw an ugly-ass ball. I can't, yo, that boy Bo Nix is good. JD in Life says, I hope Washington wins so we can smoke them. Well, Washington won. Washington won. And there's a chance we may see them in the playoffs, but because the way the seeding is lined up, we may not see them. It all depends. The only way we see Washington, actually, Washington is the 6th seed right now. We're the 2nd. We got to play the 7th. The only way we see Washington is if there's no way we see Washington unless we see them in the conference championship. There's no way. There's no way we see Washington except for the conference championship because of the way the seating is set up. I ain't gonna lie, Bo Nix looked good in that classic Denver orange. He looked good, man. There's no way we see Washington except for the conference championship. Think about it. Green Bay's the 7th seed. They're the 6th seed, right? The number 1 seed always plays the lowest seed available to them. So if we win, if we take out Green Bay and Washington wins, that means the number 1 seed has to play the number 6 seed. And we will play either the 5th, 4th, or the 3rd seed. But trust me, Washington won't make it that far. Washington won't make it that far. Trust and believe that. Washington will not make it that far at all. You could book that. Neil Watson says Barkley would get the playoff rushing record. It's only 700 yards. Only 700 yards. That's a lot. 700 yards in 4 games? Let's do some math real quick. Let's do some quick mental math. 700 divided by 4. He has to average 175 rushing yards a game. That's a lot. That's a lot, y'all. He would have to lose his mind. 175 yards a game, he would have to lose his mind. He would have to go Super Saiyan. And by the way, all these teams in the playoffs can get ran on. All these teams, the Rams can get ran on. Washington can get ran on. The Bucks can get ran on. Detroit can get ran on. I don't know about Minnesota, though. S. Blunt. S. Blunt says, Tone, trying to get your thoughts on this topic. Do you think the Eagles should move off Pickett next year? Or are you comfortable with Tanner as QB2? That's a really, really good question. Obviously, Pickett has experience, and you like that as a backup. But Tanner McKee is starting to get his own experience of his own. Tanner McKee is starting to accumulate his own bit of experience. Tanner McKee had that game against the Dallas Cowboys. Granted, he only threw 4 passes, but he was on the field for a while. He was able to see some live action, and he played this entire game. Me personally, I would be okay if the Eagles decided to trade Pickett and then elevate Tanner McKee to quarterback 2. I would be okay with that. Tanner McKee has been on this team for the past few seasons, I believe. I think this is like his 3rd season, right? Tanner McKee, I think this is like his 3rd season in Philadelphia. You know, he knows the system. He knows the offense. He knows how to get the ball to playmakers. He knows how to take the check down. He's not going to hurt you. He's going to take what the defense gives you. He's not going to turn the ball over, even though he did have a couple turnover-worthy plays. He had a couple turnover-worthy plays today, but it didn't happen. Again, he's not going to hurt you for the most part. Kenny Pickett, I feel like Kenny Pickett can be streaky. He can be very up and down. Whereas though Tanner McKee, I feel like he's more steady. I feel like Tanner McKee is more steady than Kenny Pickett. That's just my humble opinion. So to your point, or to your question rather, I would much rather have. I wouldn't mind trading Tanner. I wouldn't mind trading Kenny Pickett. Maybe get that draft pick back. Maybe. Kenny Pickett did up his stock. And he did up his stock with that game against the Cowboys. He did up his stock a little bit. But who knows? Regardless, though, to your question, I think I feel more comfortable with Tanner McKee. I like his height, the size. I like his ability to read the field. I like his ability to take the check down when necessary. I like his ability to throw back shoulder passes. I like his ball placement. He has some passes that were a little off, but again, he's a backup. He's a young player still. Dana Scott with the super chat. Thank you, Dana. I appreciate you. She says, I was one of the fans on the fence when it came to Saquon not playing after seeing injuries pile up in week 18. I'm glad they sat. Seeing Frankie Louisville go down, shoulder injury, not worth it. Wow, Frankie Louisville went down? Damn. Zay Flowers went down. Christian Watson, Jordan Love. Houston lost a receiver. Damn. And Washington lost Frankie Louisville? Do we know the extent of the injury? I mean, not that it matters. I don't see them going deep in the playoffs anyway. But I am curious, though. I am curious. I'm very curious. Frankie Louisville. All right, let's see. Frankie Louisville with an injury. Let's see. Okay, they say he came back in. So, Frankie Louisville, he okay. He okay. He came back to the game. He okay. He ended up finishing the game. He'll be all right. Pickett says, or Neil Watson says, Pickett will go in the draft. Will go in the draft night package. S. Blunt says he has 2 more years on that rookie deal. He sure does, which is very cap friendly. Well, actually, this is his 3rd season. So he has one guaranteed year left. The 4th season, which is the next season. And then he has the 5th year option that we probably won't pick up. Keeping Pickett on the roster doesn't hurt you, though. Jimmy Hoffa in the building. Hey, Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy. Y'all better drink some milk over there. It's looking real spooky. It's looking real spooky right now, King. Hey, Jimmy Hoffa, I don't know. I don't know if this is what you want. I don't know if this is what you want. No, I'm talking about Kenny Pickett, bro. I'm talking about Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett has a 5th year option. I'm not talking about Tanner McKee. You think I don't know that? I'm talking about Kenny Pickett. My man said, go, Pack, go. Yeah, okay, we about to pack y'all up. We about to pack y'all up. You dig? We about to pack y'all up. Okay, S. Blunt, you're talking about Tanner. I read that as Kenny Pickett. So, yeah, Tanner McKee has 2 years left on his deal. And I believe, let me see how many years Kenny got, because he might got actually 1 year left. Kenny Pickett contract. Let me see. Let's see. Ooh. Okay, Geno Smith. That was crazy. Yo, Geno Smith. Geno motherfucking Smith. That was nasty. Geno Smith. That was nice. That was nice. That was nice. Geno Smith. Let's see. All right. So, Kenny Pickett's contract. So, Kenny Pickett right now is in the 3rd year of his rookie deal. Kenny Pickett has the 4th year left, and the Eagles have to decide if they're going to pick up his 5th year option. And 9 times out of 10, they will not do that. So the Eagles got Kenny Pickett under contract, cost control for this season and the next. After the 2025 season, they got to decide if they're going to pick up the option, which they will not. Now, Tanner McKee. Tanner McKee was drafted in 2023, and Tanner McKee is in the 2nd year of his rookie deal. Tanner McKee has 2 more seasons left. And he has a guaranteed $4 million contract. JDM Life says, did you catch AJ Brown sleep, bro? AJ was rock, bro. I don't care what he said. He was rock. So yeah, Tanner McKee, where he got signed, he signed a 4-year, $4 million deal. Kenny Pickett, on the other hand, when he got signed, it was a 4-year, $14 million deal. So, and Kenny Pickett has an average salary of $3.5 million. So it's cheaper to move on from Pickett and keep Tanner McKee. It's way cheaper. Jimmy Hoffa said they defense getting back started next week. What you mean? With no Jair Alexander? What you talking about? Oh, man, y'all food, man. Y'all food. I can't wait. Y'all food. My man Knight Rider says, yo, Zay Flowers, Christian Watson, Jordan Love, and Houston lost the receiver as well. Nick Sirianni is looking like a genius today. I would have been super nervous. We good. The only team truly resting their starters. Man. Jimmy Hoffa, I promise you, y'all getting cooked. I just want you to know that. I just want you to know you're getting cooked. Don't talk to me about your defense when you played the Bears today. I don't want to hear nothing about Green Bay's defense. I don't. Your defense is suspect. And you're weaker without Jair Alexander, no matter how you slice it. And you played the Bears today. Your defense is food this Sunday or whenever we play y'all. Y'all defense is food. Food, finito. Y'all defense going to be food. I don't care what you say. Y'all defense going to be food. I promise you that. We about to pack you up. We about to pack y'all up like that cheese will. You feel me? We about to, hey, listen, y'all. We having chili con queso next weekend. We having queso next weekend, y'all. We having chips and dip. You feel what I'm saying? We having chips and dip next weekend, y'all. Chili con queso. Chili con queso. Oh my God. Yo, it's gonna be a fun game, though. I'll tell you that. It's gonna be a fun game. It's gonna be a fun game regardless, man. Listen, forget y'all defense. Y'all lost Christian Watson today. Christian Watson. That's y'all best receiver. Let me check something real quick, man. Let me check something. Man. Wow, that's funny. I thought Christian Watson was having a better year. Oh, well. They got Jaden Reed, Romeo Dobbs. Damn, Jaden Reed kind of tapered off on the back end. But nonetheless, though, man. We beat y'all once. We're going to do it again. He's their most talented receiver. The most talented receiver. Y'all food, cuz. Y'all food. What does this man talk about? Josh Jacobs did play. He had 6 carries, 44 yards, and a touchdown. What is he talking about? This your team, bro. What you mean Josh didn't play? What are you talking about? Did you watch the game, bro? Anyway, man, y'all fool. We beat y'all once. We'll do it again. Last time you were talking crazy, we all know what happened. Bo Nix, 16 for 16. Are y'all serious? Yo, Bo Nix is different. Bo Nix is different. Yo, who y'all think gonna win Rookie of the Year? Bo Nix or Jaden Daniels? Who y'all think gonna win? Both quarterbacks, both rookies took their teams to the playoffs. Who y'all think wins Rookie of the Year? Bo Nix or Jaden Daniels? Neil Watson says Nix. Private McClunky says Jaden. Sweet Chin says Jaden. Sweet Chin says Jaden has been playing hero more this year. Okay. AJ Jones says Jaden Daniels made it look better. Okay. Scotty says Jaden Daniels. Yo, Bo Nix threw that crazy touchdown, bro. As Blunt says, Daniels' numbers are comparable to Lamar's MVP season in 2023. Looking for Sasuke says Jaden, but it's close. Neil Watson says Bo Nix has meant more to his team. You can make an argument for Jaden Daniels as well, bro. They ain't really got nobody. You can make an argument for Jaden Daniels too, bro. You can make an argument. Both guys took their team to the playoffs. Who got better numbers? Let me see. Let me look this up. Let me see. All right. So both quarterbacks have, okay, so Bo Nix has thrown the ball more. He's thrown the ball more, for sure. Jaden Daniels has a better completion percentage. Jaden Daniels has thrown for about 80 more yards, about 80 more yards, which is not much. Jaden Daniels is averaging more yards per attempt. They've both thrown 25 touchdowns. Daniels has less interceptions. Bo Nix was sacked significantly less. Jaden Daniels also has the rushing numbers on his side as well. More rushing yards, more rush attempts, more rushing touchdowns, more explosive plays on the ground as well. They both played about the same amount of snaps. This is gonna be tough, but I think Jaden Daniels. I think the reason Jaden Daniels wins it is because of his rushing stats. Because his passing stats aren't that much better than Bo Nix. And also, after this week, it may change things. But I think there's a strong case for Jaden Daniels because of the rushing stats. The rushing stats are going to push him over. Because their passing numbers are comparable. Bo Nix is going to end the season with more passing touchdowns for sure. But he's going to end the season with more passing yards, more passing touchdowns. But the rushing stats for Jaden Daniels is probably going to push him over the top. And also right now, a better team record. Washington ends the season 12-5. Denver's going to end the season 10-7. So, yeah, I think Jaden Daniels wins it. I think Jaden Daniels wins it. Higher seeding, better team record. Passing stats are comparable. His rushing stats are way better, though. Wow, man, the future is here. Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels, the future is here. Neil Watson, nobody trying to hear that, bro. Nobody trying to hear that. Stats are stats. This is 2024. Nobody trying to hear passing stats are a true quarterback stat. Listen, this is football. This is football. You make plays. Simple as that. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. This is 2024 or 2025, excuse me, 2025. Oh, I'm about to say. Oh, okay, Neil, you scared me for a second. You scared me, Neil. My bad. You scared me. My bad, Neil. My bad. I'm a little sensitive about that topic because they tried to take it away from my guy Jalen. I'm a little sensitive about that topic. My bad, Neil. All love, brother. All love. I'm a little sensitive about that topic. Man. Because they try to discredit Lamar Jackson. They try to discredit Jalen Hurts. The only person they don't discredit for his rushing numbers is Josh Allen. That's the only person they don't put an asterisk next to his rushing stats. Josh Allen, he's the only one allowed to use his rushing stats to his benefit. He's the only one. And by the way, Lamar Jackson is the MVP. Lamar Jackson is the MVP. Simple as that. But they may not give it to him, though, because he won it 2 years in a row. They may not give it to him. Well, not 2 years in a row, but, you know, he has 2 already. He won last year. Will he be a back-to-back MVP? It's possible, but nonetheless, Lamar Jackson's the MVP, by the way. I don't care what nobody say. Lamar Jackson is the MVP. What he's doing hasn't been done ever. Ever. We've never seen somebody do what he's done before. Never. Make sure you guys smash that like button. You guys are tuned in to Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge us to the game. Let me get to some of these super chats, man. I really appreciate you guys for locking in. Scotty the Man T says the Commanders fans are celebrating the Packers' loss. Yeah, because they knew they was getting their ass whooped. They had to come to Philly again. They knew what was up. They knew that they couldn't run with us. They know it deep down. If you notice, both the Packers and the Commanders were running from that matchup. Now, granted, the Commanders sat Jaden Daniels and said, you know what, it's going to be what it's going to be. It's going to be what it's going to be. So I give them respect for that. But the Packers, they were running from that matchup to the point where they played Jordan Love. Like, they don't want the smoke for real. Thank you for the super chat, Scotty. He says, I told you last show we the only rested NFC team. Bro, we about to run through these boys. We about to run through these cats, I'm telling you. I'm fully confident. I am fully confident in this Philadelphia Eagles team. Fully confident. Trenton Wright with the super chat. He says, Tone, I'm so glad I found your content. Great work this year. Trenton, thank you so much. I appreciate you for finding me. Thank you so much for supporting Chalk It Up Sports. I'm grateful for it. It goes without saying. I'm truly, truly humbled by the support you guys are giving me, man. It's been a hell of a season. 18 plus weeks. We've been together damn near every day all year long. We've covered free agency together. We've covered the draft, the combine. We've covered OTAs, mandatory minicamp, training camp, the preseason, the regular season. It's been a hell of a year, you guys. And now we're going to the playoffs. And it's going to be a hell of a matchup. I'm excited. So thank you, Trenton. And Scotty back again with the super chat. He said, I'm reading Brandon Graham could return for the Super Bowl. It's possible. It's very possible. We'll see, though. We'll see. We will see. We got over 180 people in the live stream, only 97 likes. Something not adding up, y'all. The math not math, and we need y'all to tap in. Smash that like button. It's currency in this YouTube space. We appreciate you guys at Chalk It Up Sports. My man, Sir Jam, he says, you've done a great job this season, Tone. Kudos to you, young brother. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. Scotty says, yo, Pittsburgh should be automatically kicked out of the playoffs and replaced by the Bengals. Yo, the Steelers have been fool's gold all year. Worst behavior says in the first round, or if the first round shakes out how I think it will, then the Vikings and the Lions are going to be playing each other in the divisional round. Ooh, that means they will play them 3 times. That's going to be tough. And that basically means we would play either the Rams or the Buccaneers. Listen, I know a lot of y'all are nervous about the Buccaneers, but I'm not, man. Listen, they caught us at our most vulnerable. Let's be honest. Let's be totally honest about this. I understand the Buccaneers, they're 10-7. They beat us in the playoffs last year and they beat us this year. But I'm telling you, they caught us literally at our most vulnerable. No Lane Johnson, no A.J. Brown, no Devontae Smith. Your guys were getting hurt on defense left and right. I'm not sure. And they would have to come to Philly. In the cold. I'm sorry. I'm not worried about the Bucs this go around. I'm not. And then the Rams, they're a dome team. They would have to come to Philly as well. I'm not worried about none of these warm weather teams. The Vikings, a dome team. Washington, they can't beat us in Philly. Green Bay, we beat them already. I feel like the Eagles have the greatest advantage in the playoffs. I really do. You got 3 dome teams in here, and you got the Buccaneers, who are a warm weather team, and you got Green Bay, who are choke artists. Let's see. I fear nobody in these playoffs. I fear no team. I don't it's crazy. I'm looking at all these teams and I'm not concerned. Am I crazy? Somebody help me out. Am I being too arrogant, or I don't fear none of these teams? Look at it. Is there any team y'all legitimately fear? I don't see it. And I'm not trying to take nothing away from them. There are teams who rightfully deserve to be in the playoffs. But I don't fear these teams. And by the way, Buffalo can lose to Denver. Buffalo can lose to Denver. I'll say that. I know that might sound crazy right now, but Buffalo can lose to Denver. Now, granted, Josh Allen has playoff experience. Bo Nix has none. That's the edge. But that's going to be a game. Yo, Scott, that's going to be, listen, don't sleep on that. That's going to be a game. That's going to be a game. That's not a layup for Buffalo. I promise you, that is not a layup for Buffalo. Scotty, I love you to death, but that's not a layup. That's not a layup. Listen, every time we listen, where my man at? Stiz, right? He says we can't use domes or weather. We know what happened with the Eagles in Tampa before. Okay, let's talk about it. Last time they beat us, right, earlier in the season, it was over 100 degrees, no A.J. Brown, no Devontae Smith, no Lane Johnson, I think you didn't have Mailata in that game either, if I'm not mistaken. Your defense was getting hurt in the middle of the game, right? Who else? And then the last time we played them in Tampa on the road. No A.J. Brown. I'm sorry. Tampa has caught us. The last time we played Tampa full strength, we beat them. What are we talking about? The last time we played Tampa at full strength, we beat them. Look it up. Look it up. The last two times we played them, we've been without A.J. Brown on both games. No Devontae Smith in one of them. No Lane Johnson. You're missing, I think, Mekhi Becton in that game as well. Like, your defense getting hurt left and right. You plant in Tampa over 100 degrees. I'm telling you, I'm not worried about Tampa, bro. I'm not worried about Tampa. The last time we played them at full strength, we beat them. We beat them. My man Jay Love in the building. What's up, Jay? Hope all is well, brother. Jay says, Tone, Tampa always catches when they're either healthier or when we're in a funk. Sure do. Sure do. Sure do. They always catch us lacking, bro. They always catch us lacking. It's all good, though. Ain't about nothing. All right, let's see here. All right, so we're about to get out of here, you guys. I appreciate the love and the support. Like I said, it's been a hell of a season. It's been a hell of a season, you guys. And we wouldn't have gotten here without the support of you guys, right? We've made it through 18 weeks of regular season football, 3 weeks of preseason football, many months of off-season talk, the draft, free agency. You know what I'm saying? OTAs, mandatory minicamp, training camp, preseason, regular season. We've made it through a ton of football, y'all. And I am so happy that the show has grown the way it's grown. And we wouldn't have gotten here without you guys. We wouldn't have. This has been a group effort. You guys have been active in the live streams. You've commented. You've smashed the like button. You've subscribed. I can't thank you guys enough for being consistent viewers of Chalk It Up Sports. And guess what? The show only gets better. It only gets better, you guys. As you can see, the set has improved over the course of the holidays. Thank you guys so much for locking in. And I just can't wait for the playoffs. I can't wait to pack up the cheese heads. We having chili con queso next weekend, you feel me? We having chips and dip next weekend, y'all. You feel what I'm saying? It's going to get chilly in Philly. I'm telling you that right now. It's going to get chilly in Philly. And I promise you, Jordan Love ain't never been in an environment like this. He ain't never been in an environment like this one. It's going to be exciting, y'all. He said, actions speak louder than words. Okay, Philly, we beat y'all already, and we're going to do it again. We put belt to ass before, and we're going to do it again. Y'all don't learn. Y'all don't learn. We put belt to ass already, and we're going to do it again. It's just that simple, kids. It's just that simple. But we ain't going to waste no time, y'all. We ain't going to waste no more time, y'all. Like I said, it's been a hell of a season. And I'm so grateful to be an Eagles fan because we know what consistency looks like. We know what it looks like to be the best in our division. We know what that looks like. You feel what I'm saying? So, before we get out of here, smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed. It's been a hell of a season, and we have so many more games to go. The road to the Super Bowl starts now. You guys have been tuned in to a hell of a dose of Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game.